This year to your former high school teammate Vernon Butler. He kind of burst onto the scene and went in the first round. Do you draw comparisons at all to that?
I kind of do because I feel like I'm in the same situation he was in. So I mean, I feel like I can kind of just make that way that he did.
Have you talked to him at all about that?
I have. We really haven't talked about the season he had,
Sure.
but just talk about how surreal it is.
What was the discussion like, kind of heading into the season to kind of help you?
He told me just best I can, stay healthy and just don't stop working, keep my foot down, mouth closed, head down and work, just go.
What makes Alabama such a difficult match?
Because they're gonna recruit some of the best guys around the nation, and they make very few mistakes. I think that's one of the toughest things. They don't make mistakes often.
What's the summer been like with this line y'all worked on?
Really, we worked on trying to get down how Coach Turner, not Coach Turner, live in the past, how Coach Bake wants us to play certain blocks and stuff like that. Because he's brought a lot of drills that he saw. He ran us through a bunch of them during spring ball, but he's brought a lot of drills to the table for us, and we just been trying to get it down how he wants everything done.
How deep? You were talking about Chris Jones a little while ago. I'm from Kansas City. What kind of personality are we looking at?
Oh, y'all gonna get a people's person. Chris, I mean, you cannot be in the meeting room and be sad when Chris Jones is there, because I mean, he's gonna make everyone smile. He's just that goofy guy, but he's gonna work hard.
Has he got an intensity about him?
He does. And the one thing about the big boys, one thing I love about being up front is when all the smaller guys see the big boys go hard, everybody go hard.
AJ, going a little bit farther back to your recruitment, when did you know that it was Mississippi State, and if it wasn't Mississippi State, where do you think you would have ended up?
I knew it was Mississippi State when I came on my official visit because I just felt at home. Like, been around the teammates, my mom, she was there. She felt at home, being around the other recruits' parents and stuff like that. So I just feel like I can't see myself going nowhere else now that I've been here. So I don't know where else I would win probably.
AJ, how would you describe your coach's shoe game?
Coach Mullins, I think he should have left the Yeezys to Fred Ross, But I mean, it's funny though, because Coach Mullins, he'll show up anywhere with some Yeezys on. So I think it's really funny, man.
AJ, y'all have been among the best the last few years in slowing down the Auburn offense. Why do you think you've been so successful against that particular offense?
Game plan and coaching and how we practice, because practice is always harder than the game. I mean, it's been times during practice where I done caught several cramps, locked up, and during the game, I mean, everything just seems a lot slower the way we prepare. The way Coach Mullen has practice set up, and the way our defense coordinators have, film, and the way we read our keys and stuff, it just makes everything a lot easier for us.
The first 2 years they had a dual threat quarterback, and then when you faced him last year, Sean White was starting. He's more of a pocket passer. They've got both types of quarterbacks in the running for the starting job this year. What were the differences that you noticed in the offenses versus, when they had the dual threat versus the pocket passer?
When they had Nick Marshall, Nick Marshall could do both. Obviously, he was a great athlete, could run, and it just made it harder for everyone, especially for the defensive lineman, because you didn't want to rush too far afield and get him lanes and throw the ball lanes to run, and you just didn't want to set the line of scrimmage, because if you get covered up, he's gone just like that. So, with Sean White, it was a lot easier to keep him contained because he didn't want to run. He thought pass first. He was a good passer, so he thought pass first, and it just makes it easier when you don't have a quarterback that can do the stuff that Nick Marshall did. It makes it a lot easier.
AJ, when you see a team like South Carolina up on the schedule this year, they won 3 games last year, do you have to guard against complacency?
Last time we played Arkansas, they beat us.
South Carolina.
South Carolina, they beat us. So
I think that memory will stick with you.
Yes, it will. That's the only thing on my mind. That was my first year playing.
Right.
So we got the guys up under us, they still remember that game. But last year we played them, we lost. So that's just go get a W.
AJ, what's it like to play against Leonard Fournette? Get some hits on him. What's he like to tackle?
It's kind of crazy because you never think a guy that big and that fast could just be just like he's right there. And then, you never realize how fast he is until you just look up and you see him on a jumbotron after he just scored a 50-yard touchdown. You're like, dang, he can move. It's pretty crazy, man.
Did you get some hits on him last year, or did you?
I did, and he's a tough guy to bring down. I see why. I couldn't be mad if I see a defensive back, not want to tackle him because he was kind of hard for me to tackle him. So he's a great running back.
Is he the best in the nation?
Is he the best in the nation? We're gonna see this year.
As a defensive end, how have you tried to embrace and welcome Jeffrey Simmons onto the team?
I'm just showing them how things are supposed to be done. You know, just trying to not to steer them off the right path. Just me, and it also helps me out. Makes me keep my nose clean. Makes me keep a straight line because I can't tell him to do something and I not do it. So I just can't be out there doing stupid stuff and just not working hard and not trying to better myself and expect him to do it.
There's obviously a sign in the locker room that says respect women. How have you embraced him, but also tried to keep that in mind as well? That's one of the pillars of the program.
Coach Mullen, he since I've been there, and I'm sure he had been doing it since before I was there. His old 8 years there. Every year we'll have people come and talk to us about stuff like that, and I think he's been doing a good job with that. So, and also he has been getting Jeffrey with some counseling and helping him with that. But as far as us, I mean, you know, it's a sensitive subject. You know, we don't want to bring it up to him, but I mean, if somebody wanted to talk to him about it, I'm sure he would. But so far, he's just been a great teammate.
Has he seeked out veterans, or have you guys had to come up to him and kind of?
He seeked out us. So I mean, because you know, no one wants to make a mistake like that. And I'm sure he realized that's something that could have, you know, altered anything down, like how his life would have ended up. So, I mean, he's a guy who wants to get better and knows he messed up and just trying to do the right thing.
There's been a lot of talk about the length of that suspension too. Do you have any opinion on that?
I feel like Coach Mullen and the rest of the coaching staff, I feel like they're doing a good job trying to get him where he needs to be as far as with counseling and just making him a better person. So I feel like they know what's best for him.
Is one game enough to get the message across, in your opinion?
I mean, it's more to it than that, I'm sure, because I know he has to go meet with them. So I trust that Coach Mullen them well, you know, have him thinking like, yes, that was a big mistake.
Have you seen the video?
No, I didn't watch it. I feel like there was no need for me to watch it.
How deep and talented is that defensive line for you guys this year?
I think we're going to be very deep and talented because we still got a guy. Well, we lost 2 starters, but we still got a bunch of guys who, you know, played last year. You know, Nelson Adams, Nick James, Torrey Dale, Jonathan Kevin, Will Cole. I can keep going on. Then add on Kobe Jones, Fletcher Adams, you know, Braxton Horhead, Corey Thomas. I mean, we will have depth. So we just all got to come together, you know, get on the right page and find out our identity, find out what type of group we're going to be.
Any offensive linemen that you're going to face this year that you look forward to playing more than another guy?
I had to say all of them because I feel like every guy we go against, I have to give them the same respect that I expect them to give me because if you take anybody lightly, they will, you know, they are capable because we are college athletes. So, man, I just try not to take anyone lightly.
When y'all go out of the 3-4 look, how does that change things up for you as a defensive end?
It changed things up a lot because I've been the 4. I might get some double teams just from being right there. If the offense decides to run like a power or a counter or something like that. So it just makes things different. It just makes me change up how I think and my react and my aim and target, stuff like that. So it's just different.
How do you interact with the Viper position?
I haven't got any reps at that position yet.
Well, it's like when somebody's playing that, how do you interact with them?
How do I interact with it? I mean, we really have to be on the same page sometimes because there might be times where we're both rushing and he's not dropping and he has to know if I'm going to shoot it, he can come underneath or if I need to go outside so he can stay outside. It's all right.
I did want to ask, you said you didn't see Jeffrey's video, but have you seen some of the other Baton Rouge and the Minneapolis, you know, some of those videos?
Yeah, I have. As a player, I mean, you know, there's something you just do not want to see here. So, I just try to, you know, just think, you know, there can be a change and just pray about it.